Her phone buzzed again, but Elena ignored it this time, letting the vibration hum against the tabletop like a secret heartbeat. She traced the rim of her glass with one finger, slow and deliberate, eyes fixed on Adrian, though he wasn't even looking her way. The man exuded control so effortlessly, it made her jaw tighten. He didn't just walk into a room, he conquered it. The irony wasn't lost on her. She had spent years teaching herself to never be the woman who bent under a man's presence. She was steel, fire, blatant, touchable, but sitting in this bar, with his voice brushing over her senses even when directed at someone else, she felt that steel, heating, warping. Adrian Moretti wasn't just a rival. He was temptation wrapped in danger, the kind that whispered promises in the dark, ruin, obsession, pleasure that burned too hot to survive. Her mind drifted back to when she first learned his name, years ago. Rumors carried through back alleys and smoke-filled rooms, stories of a man who dismantled enemies not with reckless brutality, but with elegance, precision. He had been nothing more than a phantom then, a rumor in the underworld, until he wasn't, until his reach spread across her family's lines, until his empire began brushing against hers. And now here he was, sitting only a few feet away, whiskey glass catching the light like fire trapped in amber. She hated that she noticed the way his throat moved when he swallowed. She hated the way her stomach nodded when his hand rested so easily near the gun at his hip, casual but undeniably dangerous. And most of all, she hated how badly she wanted him to turn those gray eyes on her again. And then he did. Slow, deliberate, like he'd felt the weight of her stare, his gaze slid across the bar until it locked with hers. The world shrank instantly. The music blurred, voices dulled, every heartbeat in the room silenced except for hers. His lips curled, not quite a smile, not quite a sneer. A dare, perhaps. Elena's own mouth twitched. Though she refused to give him the satisfaction of smiling, she lifted her glass, tipped it slightly toward him in mocking salute, then drained it. The burn down her throat was nothing compared to the fire that lit in her chest when he leaned back in his chair, eyes never leaving hers. She couldn't look away, didn't want to. The air between them seemed to thrum, a live wire stretched tight, humming with something dangerous and magnetic. A part of her screamed to stand, to walk out, to cut off this game before it spiraled into something she couldn't control. But Elena was her father's daughter, and her blood thrummed with defiance. She didn't back down, not even when it meant standing in the lion's den, baring her throat. And with Adrian Moretti, it wasn't just a lion's den, it was fire itself. Her phone buzzed again. This time she glanced down, fingers curling as she read the message. Move now. She almost laughed. Orders, demands. Even her own men couldn't. Understand that some battles weren't fought with bullets or knives. Some were silent wars of will, and tonight, Adrian Moretti was daring her to lose. And God help her, she wasn't sure she wanted to win.